Allow me to say this, colleagues in the industry, we are at a tight spot in our business today. And we understand that sometimes last year, in September, like is usually the case, we applied for our licenses. But unfortunately, this time round, we did not have the advertisement done in the papers. A false start, if you ask me. But nobody seemed to realize because our passwords were working. I believe in this notion that sometimes it is better to look ahead and prepare, look into the future, so that we don't look back at some point and regret. It went wrong at that very beginning and nobody said anything. Then we did the applications like usual because the notice was sent in our SIMBA system. The Form C21 was uploaded in the SIMBA system. We all applied like we usually do. We went round it. We took the documents to Kenya Revenue Authority. And when we went for clearance at Kifwa, a few officials came up with what they called an update form. The content of the update form was suspect, and we asked more questions. Apart from the 10,000 extra that was asked for, we simply insisted, can we understand the genesis of the update form? Adamantly so. These officials did not listen to us. At that point, I realized, colleagues, that all was not well. So we went to court, and we tried to stop the process. These same people we know did not like what we did. At that point, we didn't care because our passwords were working. Sometime in December 2016, around the 16th of December, again, Customs uploaded a document they called the biodata form. After some of us had even paid for their licenses. And clearly something was amiss. Because that, in my view, was an afterthought. Again, we didn't seem to care because our passwords were working. There was hue and cry, and we started having the rumor that they want to reduce the number of clearing agents in this country. We had no problem with that. The question we kept asking is, what are the parameters? A few of us started questioning that, but most of us did not care because our passwords were working. Ladies and gentlemen, a crucial time has come. It is February, and not a single clearing agent has a license for 2017. The ramification is huge because whereas we may be having our passwords working, we are not able to apply for tenders because we don't have that crucial document, 2017 customs license. It is now dawning on us that it is more than just the passwords working. The passwords could only be working for some time. And the time has come for us to raise up as a team, as colleagues in the industry, and question the intention of the Kenya Revenue Authority top brass. I am more interested in the person who is more passionate about what they call the KRA biodata form. And that takes me to that document, the biodata form. Is this document really a KRA document? Do you think the English and the semantics in this document relate to the graduate trainees who go into KRA? Let's go through it. And I want to take us to part B of this document. question one, which me and you is expected to fill, goes like this. Does the clearing firm operate another sister clearing firm? If yes, provide details. Really? Do you think this question can easily be answered without any fear of contradiction? That do they mean a clearing firm having a sister clearing firm? Meaning, do I know another clearing firm? Do I have a working relationship with another clearing firm? And if I do, what are the parameters? This question is ambiguous. I will take you to the next one. Does the clearing firm have any interest in the shipping, brackets, agent, line, and CFS business? Question mark. If yes, provide details. Yes, all clearing firms have interest in the shipping line because that's where we release our documents. We know that we have interest in the CFSs because we nominate them. So what exactly do they mean by interest? And then they go ahead and say, provide details. Details of what? I think the most interesting one, if you ask me, is does the clearing firm have any outstanding liabilities with customs? And then they put in brackets, outstanding bonds, outstanding entries, outstanding queries. Do you think a seasoned customs officer can ask this question? Because we have outstanding bond every other time. We have outstanding entries every other time. When do you say bond is outstanding? Is it after you have lodged an entry and you have picked bond? Yes, that bond will always be outstanding. So whoever was asking this question is as good as asking you, do you do transit business or do you do business that requires you to execute bond? So clearly, this cannot have come from a customs officer. All these questions they're asking, and they have clearly given us a document that has a KRA letterhead. This is the logo of KRA. These questions they're asking are in the authority because customs seem to be asking domestic tax these questions, and they're asking us, yet we are in an era of an online business. This is the same body. Do you read something? At least I do. This is not a KRA document. And that is why, colleagues, I am urging us that we should not bury our head in the sand and assume that our passwords are working, so we don't need to worry. We need to worry. This document has been designed by an individual who is not very well schooled to push you and me out of business, out of clearing. Because if you want to emphasize on efficiency, to cut down on inefficiency, do you talk about volume of work? Do you talk about CIF? Do you talk about pay as you earn? Efficiency in customs means, are you a good declarant? Do you conceal? Those are the questions we would be happily answering. And therefore, we want to look at each other in the eye and look at the Commissioner General in the eye and let him know that this is not going to add value to efficiency. And that is why I'm calling on us to look at the future and not regret at some point. Let us come together. Let us meet in Nairobi as clearing and forwarding agents concerned about our future to unanimously resolve to protect each and every one of us, irrespective of size, that only efficiency, only an equal playing ground should define who remains in business, but not influence or volume of work or where you come from, black or white, Kenyan or otherwise. We owe it to each other to protect the industry of clearing and forwarding. For us today, for our children in the future, and for posterity. Let's meet at Panari Hotel on Tuesday. Thank you.